Yo, what's up everybody, Swillow here, and today I have another guide. This is going to be for the fusion. Someone asked in one of my last videos, how does the fusion system work? So the fusion system is a little bit confusing. It's not really like anything we've seen in a Warriors game before, so let's get right into this. So basically, weapons start with one skill, and they can end with 4 skills by the time you get to level 20. And there's cases where these skills can combine and get added effects, but you have to combine the symbols. So basically the way this works is if you look here on the weapon skill, it says high resell weapon, and it has a little sword icon with a circle around it. So the sword icon doesn't really matter, but the circle does. That's what matters. So this is considered a circle ability. And if you see here, the sword icon has like a sort of circle around it, but it has ridges. It's like a starburst effect, right? So you could say this is like a circle ability, this is a starburst ability, and then we have the square box around this icon, so it's like a square ability. So that's what you're looking for when combining skills. If you combine skills of the same icon, like the shape around it, then you're going to get a bonus. So if you look at the weapons I have over here, like I have attack range and attack range. These are both square abilities, so they're getting boosted. Like normally attack range will be only 4%. So you see here, this is just the normal state attack range, 4%. So by combining 2 square abilities, not only do I have 2 separate skills of attack range, but they're boosting each other up to 5% from 4%. So that's basically how this symbol system works. You know, you have circle, you have this little starburst, you got a square, and you have this little like kind of diamond shape. I think that's all the symbols. Those are like the 4 symbols in this demo at least. But basically what you're going to want to do is try to mix these symbols together to get boosted effects. And another consideration when doing this is that there's a way that it can boost. So basically, in order to boost, it needs a pair. You need to have at least 2. So if I have 2, like I have 2 squares here, they're boosting each other. If you go to this weapon, I have 3 of the same ability on it. Now the third ability is still getting the boosted effect, so you can just keep stacking the same icon and it will still maintain the boosted effect. But let's say you don't want to use all of the same symbol, like you don't want to do all the square or all the circle or something like that, and you want to have different weapons. Basically the rule to that is that you have to have at least a pair of each icon. So let's say right here I have 2 square. If I want to put circle abilities now, I can put 2 circle abilities, and I would have the 2 square abilities and the 2 circle abilities, and they would all be getting boosted because it's a pair that boosts. It doesn't matter if you have, like, you don't need to have 3 or 4 of the same icon, though of course they're still gonna boost. But if you wanna use skills from different families of skills, since basically each of these icons sort of represent a style of skill, it seems like, or let's just say for instance attack range can only be a square skill. It will never be anything but a square skill. But maybe you want to put, like, I don't know, you want to put like regular attack damage and attack range together. So I could put 2 attack range, those are going to boost each other, and then I could put 2 regular attack damage and those would boost each other. And that's basically the way you can go around getting the upgrades. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You could literally just put 4 different symbols on and get no boosts whatsoever, but I don't think that's going to be efficient. At least not in this demo. You know, we'd have to see how it plays out in the full game. Maybe in the full game, some of the abilities we get will make sense to just be by themselves. But right now in this demo, like, stacking abilities is the way to go. Like, for me, I'm personally just going with like 4 stacks of all the same abilities because I know exactly what I want out of each of these weapons and builds. So now let's explain actually fusing the weapon. So what happens when you're fusing a weapon? So this weapon's level 1, and basically it's going to get a skill when it reaches level 5, and it's going to get a skill when it reaches level 10. And then after that, it won't get its final skill until it reaches level 20. So there's a huge gap between getting your 3rd skill and your 4th skill. And what determines getting that skill, what skill you get, is the first weapon in the fusion process. So let me pick this weapon here. And we have to get it to level 5, right? So there's two ways to go about this. You can get it all the way to level 5 in one fusion chain, or you can stop at level 4, which is usually the smartest thing to do. Like normally you want to stop the level right before it's about to learn a skill, like level 4 or level 9. That way you have more control over what skill is transferring. But 1 through 5 is pretty easy to reach, so I'm just going to do this all in one fusion chain. So the skill I want to get on my weapon is regular attack damage. So I'm gonna pick this as my first weapon, and like I said, I'm picking this as my first weapon because the first weapon you pick in a fusion chain is the skill that's gonna transfer. So I pick this. My weapon's at level 3 right now, so I gotta get it up to level 5 so that I can actually get the transfer to go through. Let me see. Alright, I'll put this. I don't really need attack range. So my weapon's at level 4 right now. So, okay. So this next weapon I put in here is going to put me at level 5. So as you can see right here, when I reach level 5, regular attack damage is going to transfer. And the reason regular attack damage is going to transfer is, like I said, it's the first weapon I picked in this fusion process. And, you know, I can actually just show this example here. So I could do this full fusion and I would get regular attack damage and that's it. But I'm going to stop early. I'm just going to stop now at level 4 and show you what I was mentioning earlier about having more control of what weapon ability you're going to get. So this weapon is at level 4 now, right? So I pretty much only have to put like one more weapon into it and it's going to get the skill. So you can see here, since pretty much any weapon I put into it is going to raise it to level 5, I'm going to automatically get that skill from that weapon. So this weapon has strong attack damage plus 2%. It shows here if I go to level 5, I'm going to get strong attack damage plus 2%. You know, this has attack range, I'm going to get that. So that's basically the methods you have. That's the method you have to go through. The first weapon you pick in a fusion chain is what transfers. So you can either do the process I mentioned by fusing all the way and making sure you pick the right weapon first that you want to transfer the skill. Everything else after the first weapon doesn't matter. It's just experience fodder. Or you can get to the level before you're going to learn a skill and like this, and then you can just go in and be like, I want this skill, I want that skill, whatever. Because the very next weapon you put on it is going to be the first weapon. And that's basically how it works. So let me put this on real quick, just so we can finish the process. And that's it. So I reached level 5. I have 2 abilities on my weapon. They don't have the same icon. So as you can see, they're not getting boosted. You can tell if it's getting boosted because it's going to have the green digits here as opposed to the white ones. So here, I'm not getting any boosts because they don't have the same icon. But if I was to put a second attack range up on this, I would get a boost for those 2 skills. And if I put a second circle, I don't know how a high reset weapon works as an ability, but I'm assuming maybe it has a boosted form. But yeah, that's how it's going to work. Anyways, I hope this guide was helpful. Thank you all for watching.